guys, so I'm going to be doing some LED lights today on a 1995 Honda Acty. This is a van raccoon model. Street. So we got headlights, turn signals and running lights, and then our brake lights, reverse lights. Let's get started. Just show you, this is one of the main reasons to go for the LED swap. So this is with the headlights off and on. You can hear it changes a little bit in the tone, but before I used to get that would drop almost 200 to 250 RPM. Now, doesn't even bother it. So normal, off, and back on. No difference.
Hey everyone, just wanted to jump in. If you're interested in your own kit, either for a truck or a van, go ahead and check the description down below. I'm including email address. Reach out, get some more info. Thanks. Enjoy the video.
Alright, so for the van, 2 small Phillips screws right here and right here. And then from there you can pivot the light out, and there's a main harness that plugs in here. So what I've done in the past is take a small flathead screwdriver and press that little tab in, and then it allows you to push the plug directly downward. So there's 2 tabs that slot in this way into the bumper. I like to put a small towel underneath as you pull it out this way and pivot it forward, because it likes to rub on that bottom as you're pulling the plug there out, just right at that metal bracket. So I like to put the little cloth on there. But alright, so for the tail light, once you have it out, there's 3 bulbs, 1 in the center, 2 on each end, and then they all screw counterclockwise, like a quarter turn, to unlock them, and then they pull out. Okay, so when you pull these out, the 2 end ones are the same bulb, they just pull straight out. You pull this one out, it's got a keyed feature on it. So you have to slightly push it down and then rotate it to get it to pop out. So you can see here the LED replacements next to the originals. One thing to note with these little LEDs, you can put them in either direction. So I recommend putting them all in, testing, make sure they all work. If you have a bulb that doesn't seem like it's wanting to turn on, pull it out, flip it out 180, and put it back in. So, alright, let's go ahead and put some dielectric grease on the plug, put that back together, screw it in place, and then we'll do the other side. Keep going. Alright, so I got the second side out. You can see the standard bulbs. They just pull like that. And these guys will replace those. And then this guy here, you have to press in, turn counterclockwise, and then they pull out. Alright, up next, there's a single bulb up here for your license plate. Looks like there's 2 screws, one on each side, that take this little clear cover off. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that off, and I'll show you guys the bulb once I get it out. Okay, so this bulb is very similar to the reverse and turn signal light. It's the same type of bulb, but it's a smaller form factor, so it's a different bulb. So that's these guys here. They just pull out just like the other ones, and let's go ahead and throw those in. So here we go, LEDs in place. Went ahead and cleaned this up a little bit. Mine's pretty cracked, but I'd imagine that's probably standard due to the age. Something to note, there's a small little weep hole. That's the portion that goes down. If you notice the actual shape of this, the two screws sit lower, so it can only go back on one way. Alright, so we've got taillights, we've got the license plate light. Let's go ahead and do this guy here. So there's a small tab that you have to turn, and then there's two Phillips head screws. Kind of hard to see with the light there, but there's two Phillips head screws, and then this pops off. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so I went ahead and pulled those out. They are the same form factor as the reverse and turn signal light. It's not the smaller size of the light for the license plate. Okay, so got these both in. I just tested them, and I'm going to go ahead and lock them back into place here. And show you how the cover goes back on. So this is the cover. You can see your two screw holes. And then this tab guy. So this tab wants to be horizontal. Like that. And make sure that your gasket's all, not getting pulled out of place. And you're going to kind of seat it on there like so. And then your little tab's going to get pushed out. You can push that in and turn it like that. And then put your two screws in. You're good to go. Located up in behind the glove box. So you got to take out this guy here. There's a screw here. A screw with a little plate that hooks in behind the door trim piece. Like the silk overcover. Screw here and a screw up here in the top corner. All Phillips head, so I'm going to go ahead and pull those out. Looks like 10 mils. Take this whole bracketry piece out. Alright, so I went ahead and pulled off the screw or bolt that was here, and then the nut that was up here. The nut holds the bracket, the screw and wire goes across the front of it, so I took it off to get access. The width of it is a little bit bigger. This one has tabs on it, so I'm going to go ahead and razor blade those off because it will not fit into the plastic surround for it. And then I'm going to go ahead and pop the new one in. Okay, I cut those little tabs off. Fits in there, no problem now. And put this all back in place. So just going to tighten down this 10 mil nut and then refix this guy here with the 10 mil. So for the front, I'm going to start with these two small Phillips head screws in the side running light. And the turn signal and running light is a combo. And then there's a harness plug right in there. Right there. Depress it, pull it out, and then you can take this whole portion out. Okay, so I've got the turn signal portion out. So this bulb and this bulb both quarter turn to come out. This guy here, quarter turns to come out. This is the same style bulb as the reverse light in the back, so that has to push up and turn in order for it to pop out. These guys are the same as the license plate bulb they just pull straight out. Something else to note, be careful when you pull this guy out. There's a second plug down below, this red guy here, and there's a very, very, very small tab that connects it to the headlight. I'd recommend holding this with some pliers while you depress this side to pull the actual turn signal and running light out. Okay, so moving on to the headlight, there's a 10mm nut, 10mm nut, and 10mm nut. These guys here. So be very careful. These plastics are old and very brittle. When I tighten these back down, I don't even do it with a ratchet. I just use an extension and my 10mm and hand tighten it. Alright, and then from there, headlight pulls straight out, and you can go ahead and unplug the main headlight bulb there. Okay, so I've got my headlight out now, and this guy here, it's like a J slot, pushes down in there, and then this guy is like a safety. So you gotta take this one, this side piece, out first, and then push this one down and over to get it out, and then it pivots up. You can pull your bulb. So one of my headlights has a different boot on it. I'm assuming the original one broke, but the OEM one is supposed to go around this bottom lip here, and it seals water out completely. I guess they couldn't find, and they're no longer made, so they just found one that fit inside of the opening, and then they siliconed it in place. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this off. I'm actually going to measure this piece here with some calipers, measure this guy here, take it inside, and CAD up a replacement so I can 3D print to go in here. Okay, so I went ahead and put the three 10mm nuts back in place. I like to make sure that my wires are not pinched, and one thing while you have this all apart before you put your headlight back in, check the two screws here. They go into these plastic guys here. I've noticed that this plastic likes to start to fall apart. I think this side isn't bad, but take note of that if you need to. Like, you can see this one down here, it's got a crack on it. Reinforce it with a little epoxy or super glue, and just be very careful when you're tightening these screws not to over tighten them. Okay, well, Mr. Bodie here decides to stop photobombing. I'm going to go ahead and turn the headlights on so you can see the difference. Okay, so I went ahead and pulled the other side off. Wanted to show you the size difference here. So you can see how this boot has like an over lip that comes down. It connects over the top, and it weatherproofs it more, versus this guy is kind of just this diameter size here, and it doesn't stick out as far as this one does. I believe this is the OEM Honda part. Might not be, but this is the more OEM shape versus this one is aftermarket. So I'm gonna go ahead and swap these out on the other side and put it all back together. Okay, I went ahead and took my measurements off of these guys and the actual headlight opening. So I've got that all written out. I'm gonna go ahead and throw these all back in and go play around in some CAD. So here are the new running LEDs. And then here's your rear running LEDs and your license plate light in there. So I'll go ahead and flip on the main lights. So here's your headlights. You can see, got a nice pattern. And then if you flip the brights on, a nice pattern as well. And turn signals are much brighter. This is what the hazard's on. And this is the new relay as well, so you can see it's not rapid blinking. The rears. There's your reverse light. And then here's the brake lights. I also did the interior dome light. I did ice blue for mine. The kit will come in white, and then I also did the lights for the AC and the dash cluster. So you can see, those are backlit blue. Those are backlit blue. You can see over here is much brighter as well. To get this guy off, all you gotta do is pinch on each side a little bit. There's two tabs right where my two fingers are. And then from the vans, it's just the same as the backlights, it just pulls out. If you have the truck, it's a different shape bulb.